conditions were pretty tough today. Do you see any positives in the race that you had today?
Sure, there's some positives. I think what makes athletes great is a lot of times we see the negatives. And for me personally, when I feel like I have a bad race, I let myself have 24 hours of kind of being pissed off. And so you guys are kind of seeing that because it's within 24 hours. And then I go back and really try to evaluate, the positives. I feel like, I guess trying to think right now what's a positive of this race. I felt like I really had my nutrition nailed. It's something we worked really hard on. I had no GI issues. I felt like I was fueled the whole way. So there's definitely positives that came out of this race. But, I really feel like my training was indicative of faster racing, and on the day it didn't happen. So, it's just it's part of racing, and I have to go back and see where I can improve.
All right, hey guys, Pat here. We're here in Chicago getting ready for the Chicago Marathon. This is a race that Gwen's really been training for the last 3 weeks, or sorry, 3 weeks, 3 months. And we're excited to see what that body of work can produce on race day. I know she's nervous still about just running a marathon and what that will look like. Lots of really good training leading into this. Her and Jerry have established, a range of what they would look for today and what would be acceptable. There's talk of 5:40 pace, there's talk of 5:45 pace, and I think they're really just trying to, look at it and go, well, just run the marathon, and then we'll reassess if it was a positive or negative experience. But yep. So the cool thing about a marathon is, it's a big event. I mean, there's 40,000 runners taking part. The whole city's shut down. All of Grant Park, Millennium Park is used for this event. So we're working. It's just been so fun to be a part of an event like this, where really the whole city is taken over, and everybody knows that the Chicago Marathon is going on this weekend.
To be brutally honest, right after the race, I looked at my husband who's back there and I said, oh my goodness, I'm really questioning what the heck I'm doing. But I really have, and then that was when I was right after the race, and I've had about, I have no idea what time it is, half an hour, who knows, couple hours. And, for me, I really feel like I had a great training build going into this marathon. I was able to get up to 120 miles a week, which, earlier in the year I couldn't even hit 100. So I feel like I'm trending in the right way. And for me, if I compare it to, triathlon, I DNF'd my first race, my first World Triathlon Series race, big race, because I got lapped out because I was so slow on the bike. And, I think it was 2 or 3 races later I got second. So for me, I try to look at those experiences and know that you have bad days, you have good days, you try to learn from them. A marathon is something that you really need the experience. And, for me, I feel like I had a great learning experience today that I can hopefully grow from and learn from. I'm definitely humbled by it. I wouldn't say it's more difficult. Stepping up to a completely different sport, a completely different distance than I've ever done. I knew it was going to be this huge challenge, and that's something that I wanted. Triathlon, I felt like I had mastered it, and that wasn't exciting for me. It didn't get me motivated every day. So for me to be confronted with what I need to do is something that gets me awake every day and makes me work hard. It definitely was a struggle the whole way, and I just kept telling myself, a little bit like Galen, like you just try to give it everything you can the entire way. And for me, I was like, okay, at the halfway point, I was behind where I wanted to be, and I just thought, okay, well, if I could do anything, I want to try to have a great last 6 miles. Let's at least, keep maintaining this pace and last 6 miles. let's finish strong, and I probably finished in like 8-minute pace. But that was kind of my goal, was let's try to learn something from this. Let's try to see how much you have in the tank and how fast you can run on tired legs.